Welcome back, everyone. So glad you are here with us for our second presentation of Franchise Times Prime Time. Joining us is Steve Bailey of Fazoli's. Steve, so glad to have you with us here today.
Thank you very much for the invitation. And thank you for taking time to learn a little bit more about Fazoli's today. So who is Fazoli's? Well, let me kind of talk a little bit about that. We are uniquely positioned in the elevated QSR space. Our business model is definitely QSR. However, we give service above your typical restaurant, and that is where it sets us apart from everyone else. What do we serve? We serve highly relevant, high quality Italian concept. As you can see some of the pictures, and we'll get into it further, it's focused about the food. It's all about the food. It's what we're in here for. We're restaurants, people. And so our quality is, I believe, second to none, and I'll put it up against any other Italian restaurant chain out there. And an advantage that we have, first mover advantage in the place. We're the largest QSR Italian chain in the United States. We have very little competition across, and people cannot do what we do at our price point. How we're doing so far. So this just gives a little recap on our performance. We average our per person expenditure is about $8 a person guest check. As you can see, it's the typical QSR. 75% of our sales are actually off premise, which is, again, following up with that QSR model, with about 55% being in drive-through and 20% doing the online catering and delivery. Let me break that a little bit better for you. So in our off-premise sales, pre-COVID, we were about 4.2% as things are opening back up, and we are seeing getting back up into the about 2.5 range, and we'll expect that when things do finally get back to normal in this country, we'll be at the, back in that 4%. So a good solid number, but it's not a core part of our business. Online ordering is continuing to rise. I will put our app against any other app out there. With the technology that we have behind our systems is just amazing. It goes into the mobile app there, as I just spoke about. And right now, currently, delivery is running anywhere from 10 to 12% of our sales, changing from week to week. So what are we about? Again, we're about the food, and that's our purpose, is to bring great food experiences every day. Whether it starts with our incredible pasta by absolutely, and we are the GOAT. We have the best breadsticks out there. Cheesecake Factory cheesecake. Now that's important because, we're in a lot of small towns where you can't get some of those other items. And having a Cheesecake Factory dessert there at Fazoli's, boy, have we seen that really go over well with our customers. And we're continuing to expand and also that mid-time snack shareable range too. As you can see from the menu here, we have a variety of options of not just pasta. Baked dishes and pastas by far are our core menu items. But because you do need to go against that veto vote, we do have chicken wings. We have keto-friendly items, gluten-free friendly items. The desserts we continue to go and expand on, along with our appetizer items. So again, continually looking at the menu, how can we best give the quality product to our consumer that they're asking for? How we set ourselves apart, again, as I talked about with service. Our service model is different than your typical QSR. Yes, you order at the counter, pay, get your drinks. As you go get your drinks filled up, by the time you can sit down at your table, a lot of times we're sitting there waiting for you with your food. All food is made fresh to order with each one, but a dish can take less than a minute to put together. So it's delivered to your table. You're eating on real plates with real silverware. As you can see, the lady is carrying there. You see the white dish that's in the middle. That's fresh Parmesan, little gray Parmesan for you right there at your table over your pasta. Again, giving you that extra service experience that sets us apart and makes your meal. We deliver on making brand better every year. We're constantly working on our LTOs and new food items that are just continue to amaze me in the quality and the taste that we have. We continue to explore upgrades to our product. So if we can find something that's our Alfredo sauce, we're increasing our milk content and being able to put so much more flavor into our products there. We're an operations-driven company, team of experienced operators and executives. Let me talk about that real briefly, because I think that's what's important to understand who we are and our philosophy and understanding it. Our CEO, our CFO, our Senior Director of Franchise Operations, all have been franchisees before. They've been on your side of the table. They understand the importance of what they want from a franchisor, and that give you the support to assist that. Yes, franchise contracts are black and white, but I truly believe as you talk to any of our franchisees, I encourage you to talk to any and everyone that you want to. You're going to hear that we're more than just black and white on paper. If there's a problem, we're there to be able to, help answer any questions, look into it with you, and to truly drive what is the right business thing to do. We always try to build a better environment with our guests. I'm working on, we're almost completing now a complete facility remodel and refresh throughout the company stores and our franchise stores. And again, we have upgraded our digital presence on all areas of the business. What can we expect? What you can expect from us and what we're going to expect from you, okay? We want and expect all our franchisees to work in a very collaborative environment. Again, we were franchisees ourselves. We listen to them, our franchisees. We work hard to make the business better for our guests, for our employees, and especially our franchisees. We provide more service than I think you'll find with any franchisor out there. We've got it dialed in. I am biased, but I'm telling you, when you learn more about our executive team and what we do, you are going to be amazed. And we're there for you. You have a question, pick up the phone, send an email, whether it be our CEO, operations, myself, we're here for you. But we have expectations for you. We expect you to be a good ambassador of the Fazoli's brand. We want you to treat your employees like partners. They are the key. They're the driver. They are the ones on the front line handling, working with your guests. So treat them with the respect that they deserve. Give them the support, the tools needed to take care of your guests. Likewise, we want you to take care of the vendors. We run on shoestring margins with our vendors. We really beat them up to get the best prices on everything. We take no incentives. We put all it into the price. What you pay is the same thing we pay at our company stores. But part of that is based on quick payment. And low turnaround, not having to time value the money. And lastly, run the game plan. Why do you franchise? You franchise so you can ride the bicycle. You don't build the bicycle. And that's what we expect. We want you to run the game plan, ride the bicycle. We're not looking for modifications on it. Do it, follow the game plan. If you're having any problems with it, we'll be there to help support and work through anything that you have. On the marketing side, you're going to get support all across the way, everything from grand opening, your social communications, your local store marketing, in-house creative that we can work and meet with you, create something local just for your store on promotion. Maybe it's a Little League baseball team or a charity item that's going on. We can work and assist with you that. We're going to have quarterly promos and planning, everything that you would expect in marketing your business. Let's talk about marketing a little deeper. Our focus on marketing, we don't do a lot of commercials, hardly any at all. We have radio, we have TV available if you choose, but we get the best bang for the buck through social media and through print. And our focus is 4 miles, 4 blocks, 4 walls. We drive, we show the more budget economy items in the 4 miles to drive the customers to your location. Your 4 blocks is your local store marketing. A lot of times that's your catering, different opportunities. We have a whole program to work with you. But now you've got your 4 miles, your 4 blocks, they're in the store. What do? We show you our premium products. Everything is blasted inside about our reserves, our premium products, upselling the customer for a better experience. We work in both small and big towns. As I talked about that earlier with the cheesecake, we're very successful in all parts of the country in smaller town areas. Almost every store on here that you see is $1.5 million to $2 million store. Just fantastic success that we have is we become the Italian. And a lot of times in some towns with a smaller island, we become one of the more date night or finer dining places. But it's really nice environment, works in both large cities and in smaller to mid-sized cities. How are we doing sales performance? Well, let me just tell you, we've doubled our AUV in the last 5 years, and we've been doing this through the service and through our food and product. Last year, during COVID, we were up 14.5%, in the top 99 percentile of all restaurants in the United States. Great numbers, fantastic. This year, year to date, we're running over 20% over those numbers. We're on pace to have about a 1.5 million average AUV for the whole brand this year. As we're tracking right now, our top third in new stores are getting closer to that $2 million average sales. So it's very exciting. We continue to see growth, and we'll have more information in the FDD, in the item 19, very detailed information. I'd be glad to share with anybody that has interest in learning more about the numbers. Where are we growing? Where you see in the green there is where we have the distribution and stores already set up and in line. So we can easily go into different markets there. Now, we're not going to be your typical QSR and put 50 stores in Atlanta. Atlanta for us, maybe 15 stores. We're very conservative. We know and understand that people eat chicken, tacos, chicken, tacos, and burgers much more often than they eat pasta. So with that being said, we do have larger areas between each of our stores. Why rob Peter to pay Paul? We're going to be on the conservative side. In the darker areas, if you're interested in something that is in one of the shaded areas, just means that we're going to have an accelerated plan to get development growing. To be able to open up a new distribution center in that area, we're going to have about 5 stores in a fairly short period of time, typically within 2 years time frame. And that's important to be able to do that because the transportation cost of transporting, getting your food there it takes away some of the advantages of our low food costs and performance for the franchisees. Our current incentive, let me talk to you about it right now. It is focused and driven on second generation conversion opportunities, but it is available for new construction also. We have a 5-year term option. So our typical agreement is a 15-year with 2 5-year renewals. And what we're offering here is there's a window at 5 years. Hey, we're confident on what we're going to be able to do and the results you're going to see, but let's do this. Let us put our money where our mouth is. And if you're not happy after 5 years, it's a nice, easy window for you to be able to move. We're going to waive the $40,000 initial franchise fee. We're going to waive royalties year 1. We're going to reduce royalties year 2 by 2%, 1% on year 3, and then year 4 and 5, you're at the traditional 5% royalties. So let's go back to a $1.5 million average. At $1.5 million, this incentive is putting an extra $160,000 in your pocket in the first 3 years. Now, how is that helping you in your bottom line? There is a renewable option after that, at that 5-year window for just the $10,000, and then the 2 5-year renewals are $5,000 at each point, keeping the costs minimal. I talked about service, what we offer. We don't want you to build a bicycle. We're going to help you, give you the bicycle. We're going to work with you the whole process. And this is one of the best things that we have to show this. This is a new restaurant opening call list. This spreadsheet covers everything you need in opening a restaurant. In the red spot, or the red box that you see up there, you put in your projected opening date. From there, it backdates everything that you need to do from 12 weeks out. And we have weekly calls that has everybody, marketing, equipment, legal, training. Everybody that's in there is, that needs to be on each call each week. There's responsibilities for the franchisee, there's responsibilities for the general contractor, and there's responsibilities for our different departments. And these all are set up by us and mediated and controlled by us. So we're working with you in making sure your store stays on target and hopefully on budget too. Expectations. We want to operate the restaurant with high standards. We want to operate within the manual guidelines. Do what you're supposed to do. That's why you're getting into the business. Share ideas on operations and local marketing. It's important to share best practices. Twice a year, we get together, once at our brand conference in the fall, and in spring, we have a just sharing of ideas meeting with all our franchisees, and a lot of them bring their GMs with it, and they talk amongst themselves with the corporate staff about everything that we're doing, how can we do things better, and continually looking forward and what we have coming down the pipeline. Communication is a key, and I believe you will be impressed with everything you learn here. We're going to help build you a partnership with Fazoli's, with us, and with other franchisees. We want you to interact with our franchise association. So again, they're your key points. They're your speaker to say you hear your voice be heard. Of course, you can always call us directly, but they are your main point. What are we about? We're about people, sales, and profit. Again, we talked about the people, taking care of your employees. Each one of these are independent and separate. All are equally important. You've got to have the people. That'll help build the sales. And from the sales, we work and help you deliver that to the bottom line. So what our focus for you is, we want to help you build your sales, and we want you to make money, a lot of money. So that wraps up a little bit about what I want to talk to you about with Fazoli's today. So if you'd like more information, you can go to our website, ownafazoli's.com. Again, that's ownafazoli's.com, and get a wealth of information right there. And you put an inquiry in, and we can get you additional information out from that website. So let's look at the questions that we have already that are in the chat room here. All right. Let's see. Let's go back. All right. Let's see. Have we utilized an agency partner in the strategy of the franchise owners? Absolutely. We work with Champion Marketing out of Dallas, Texas. Phenomenal, hands down, the best marketing company I have ever had the opportunity to work with. I've been doing franchise sales and development for 20 years, been in the restaurant business itself for 35 years. And they really listen to us, partner with us, and help drive not only our consumer business, but also on the franchising side, and even work with our franchise owners in helping getting staff in these tight times. How am I ever changing the workforce? Again, we're constantly working on innovations where we can take labor out of the store. We are working right now with an AI for the drive-through situation for drive-throughs. It's in test, and we actually have somebody sitting there right next to it in case it's not working right, but that's something that'll be going live soon. So we're constantly looking at how technology can help drive sales and help drive with the labor crisis that we are having. Have a question here on why the focus on conversions versus new constructions. Well, let me tell you about the advantages of doing a conversion versus new construction. Of course, there's markets and opportunities. We'll look at new conversion. We'll look at in caps with the drive-through. We're in college campuses. We're working on our first airport. We're in travel centers across the country. So we're very flexible on what makes good business sense. Oh, and ghost kitchens. Almost forgot about that. So, but the opportunity you have with second generation buildings right now is amazing. And you can get in, first of all, you cut that development time from 8 months to a year down to 3 to 4 months, 90 to 120 days, you can be in a restaurant. You're faster through all the zoning in the city. If you already have the drive-through in, that's even better. We don't have to, add a drive-through on, but getting that there. you're able to, our conversion costs, the total project costs for most of our conversions we've seen have been in between $350,000 and $400,000. $350,000 to $400,000 to get started with the Fazolis is an amazing opportunity. And then throw on top of that, we're going to, in the first 3 years, give you estimated $160,000 back towards that money. So you can see very quickly your opportunity, your cash flow, your percentages is something that's going to be very strong. Let's see, how do you decide which companies that we'll franchise with? Our typical franchisee, is a multi-unit or an experienced restaurateur, but we also believe in looking at all opportunities. And I will look at single unit individual opportunities. In fact, I have discovery day for 2 different candidates tomorrow that are just single unit. One's the first time in the restaurant brand. The other one's been a general manager for years and has got an investor partner back and is going to now look into ownership. So we want to help the first timers, but also diversify your existing portfolio. Are there any other information or any other questions that might be out there? I'll get one last one that just came in here. Let's see. How are our drive-through service times? Great question. And with COVID this last year, we did a phenomenal job of really focusing and changing how that drive-through is done. There is a car leaving the drive-through every 90 to 120 seconds. So imagine every one of our products is fresh made. You can customize your pasta dishes however you wish. And we have the system setting up now that under every 2 minutes, there's a car leaving that drive-through window. So I think you really get your focus. And the best part about our product, it's a wet product. What that mean? You take it home, it's still hot, it's still warm. And if for reason, you want to heat it up the next day, it microwaves well. So our product puts us at a great competitive advantage, and we've got some great family deals out there for there. Where we're looking for new franchisees, we're looking for new franchisees anywhere in that green area, but anywhere in the continental United States, we'll look at the opportunities. Again, if it was in the darker shaded areas, it is much more of a accelerated program that we'll be working with only the strong existing franchisees that have the infrastructure, not only the capital, but more importantly, the labor infrastructure to be able to know and handle that fast and that aggressive growth. What are we using to reach new franchisees? We are utilizing e-blast, social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, our existing franchisees, our customer base. We were typically doing 10 new restaurant deals every year. We're now doing 10 new restaurant deals, contracts every quarter. And we've already sold out Orlando. We're almost sold out in Atlanta. A lot of the bigger cities are starting to sell out, and it is getting very excited throughout the industry and within the company of what we're seeing, the results. Our franchisees have never been happier with everything. So I believe that ends on the questions. So I will hand it back over. Thank you everyone for joining, and have a fantastic day.